My first tip, and I'm going to share a pretty specific example, and this is one that is both good and also can go bad. So I'll share an example with you guys. My first tip is to build hype for your product by coordinating with influencers before you launch your product. So I'm going to share a little example of something that just happened recently. My friend Anthony Gustin, he is the former founder. He's the founder of Perfect Keto, and but he's now working on a new project called 0 Acres. And 0 Acre Farms is a fermented seed oil alternative. There's a lot of research coming out that seed oils are toxic and destructive to humans, and their company is trying to replace these toxic and destructive seed oils. And part of their messaging is in their branding in toxic and destructive seed oils. And so they're launching, and one of the things that they did to build up hype was they reached out to all the top influencers in the space, and they wanted to coordinate an initial tweet on Twitter for this launch of the company. So they reached out, had conversations, pitched behind the scenes to all the big players that are kind of in the like anti-seed oil space, right? And it's a very passionate group of people. And so the day that they went live, they put out a tweet. It was something that said, "Hi," like, hey, basically, "Hey y'all, anybody else around here hate seed oils as much as us?" And they messaged then all the people that they coordinated with to retweet this. And so everybody within this community started to see this message, boom, 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 on Twitter. It started to blow up and get more and more and more visibility. This was day one. And it kind of went a little bit viral, which was awesome.
Very cool.
All the people that they wanted to see the message saw the message. They're on Twitter. Now, what was interesting was the downside of that, and something you got to be careful with, is that some people didn't resonate with the message. And you can say that that's good, or you can say that it's bad, but they also like received a lot of flack. In this community, it's a lot of people are very, very passionate about, like, if you're not like eating, like using tallow and butter and these types of things for cooking. And they're very skeptical of any company that's doing something that's not natural. So this visibility paired with, I mean, it worked incredibly well to get visibility, but they realized that their messaging was maybe a little bit off, and they didn't communicate as clearly what they're trying to do because they want to be on the same side with all these people. So if you're going to do this, it's an incredibly powerful strategy. Just make sure that you're testing your messaging so that the right people are, or the people that you want to be excited about it are excited, and they don't start hating on you. So anyway, that's my first tip, is building the hype behind the products with influencers working behind the scenes.
Interesting. And did they do Twitter only, or did they do other social channels as well?
I think this one was Twitter only. But you know, this is something that you can do with all channels. This specific product makes a little bit more sense because it's not directly a direct-to-consumer product. Like most of the people that are going to be buying this product are like businesses. But they got huge backers. They got a lot of backers as well. And so they had people retweeting it that were, you know, large investors and influencers.
Yeah, Twitter's a great space for that. But like you said, people are very vocal when they disagree on Twitter as well, and all social media. So definitely something to be mindful of.
But again, all the feedback has pushed them into like version 2. Their messaging is going to be improved a little bit. So it's just very, very powerful. And you can do that on any channel. It just requires coordination and actually building something that people want. If they're truly excited about it. The same. I'll share one more. That's the same thing that Helen Guo. She's the founder of Schoolyard Snacks, formerly the Cereal School. She did the same thing, looking at keto influencers to launch their keto cereal. So
yeah, I think a theme through all of this is going to be, in order to have a successful product launch, you have to be launching something that your audience wants. So
yeah,
cool. Well, my first tip here is thinking about or considering collecting a waitlist before you launch. So this is something that brands like Everlane and Outdoor Voices have done several times with a lot of success. I think one of the bigger ones that Outdoor Voices did was when they launched their swim collection for the first time in 2019, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was 2019. I think they had like 10,000 people sign up for this wait list for a product that they had never even seen. So the strategy that both those brands, and I've seen other brands do it too, is email out to their list, which definitely when you're considering product launches, like the people on your email list are going to be most interested in the new things that you're launching. It really is a little bit more of a retention strategy than an acquisition strategy. So they would email out kind of like building hype and excitement, but not necessarily like showing exactly what the product was going to be. So there's a little bit of a surprise element there, and asking people to put their email in. So obviously they're already on their email list, but they're clicking a button or something to say that they're interested. And then you know that the day that you launch, you can email those people and chances are they're going to buy. I think this is also an opportunity to say there's limited inventory and kind of encourage that urgency so people like know and they're almost anticipating waiting for that launch email so that they can buy right away before it sells out. So nice solid email strategy. I think this also works really well in SMS. If you are running SMS marketing, it's also a nice reason for people to give you their phone number. If you position that when you're trying to collect phone numbers, that they will get kind of these like special access opportunities. So